Okay, now when it comes to working with landlords buying rentals, we still want to gather data. We want to find out using actual data, housing data. Where should we be buying our rentals or that of our clients? Okay, we want to validate it. So we still use Melissa data. So Melissa data will have a couple of views, right? One view might show you that this is a good area for flipping because there's hardly any rentals there. Or another area might have a lot of apartments, which means they have a lot of rentals, okay? So we always focus on the areas that have the most apartments. It's number one thing. When we're buying rentals, we focus on the areas with the most apartments. It's not that every apartment is being rented, but there's a higher concentration of rentals in those areas. And then we still use a planning commission website, okay? Because in here, it often will give you some vital statistics, for example, like here, the percentage of people who are renting. So we now know where we have more apartments, all right, which leads us to believe we have more rentals, which is true. We want to validate it with actual raw data. Here's a couple of ratios I want to give you. Number one is when we're buying rentals, we want to be buying rentals in an area that's between 1/3 and 2/3 tenant occupied. All right, in other words, the percentage of people renting is somewhere between 33 and 66%. That's the sweet spot. Now, I'm not saying you can't buy rentals in other areas. You can. But let's say you're looking to buy rentals in an area that's predominantly owner-occupied, greater than 2/3 owner-occupied. Well, that area might be a better area for flipping. In fact, the pricing there will generally be higher, and it usually will make the profit margins lower. Okay, I know people are thinking, well, it's going to be safer, easier, cleaner, blah, blah. That's true, okay? But we're in this to profit. Right, so you have that sweet spot. Now let's say you're in an area where it's greater than 2/3 rentership, like 80–90% rentership. In a lot of cases that could be like a war zone, okay? But in some cases, there are exceptions. Whenever you're in an area that's around hospitals, university systems, particularly teaching hospitals, I mean, they're great stable areas. There might be C range or C minus areas, okay? You might not want to live there yourself. But quite frankly, all those residents, interns, the nurses, the graduate students, that's where they want to be because they're close to the hospital. By the way, universities, same thing. And if you think about colleges and universities, they're very stable. Even in a recession, right? In fact, in a recession, college enrollment actually goes up. How about that? And back to hospitals. Hospitals never are out of business, right? So buy in the areas that are stable, okay? Stable areas for your rentals. Anywhere you can be around high-tech office parks, transportation, shopping, nightlife, all those factors are important to different degrees to different people renting. People renting one-bedroom apartments are interested in schools. They're more interested in nightlife typically. People renting 3 bedrooms, generally you're going to have some interest in schools, okay? So you have to understand the market and gather the data to help you know the areas based on actual raw data so you're making fact-based decisions. Okay, I hope that helps you. Get ready for the next video. We'll see you next. In the meantime, take care and God bless.